Hey guys, Matt here with MC Welds Official. Got another one for you. It is currently 2031 right now, Sunday. I'm shooting this the day prior because it's supposed to rain today. We've got a bunch of lightning and stuff going on over there. But over here we've got a sunset going on, so it's crazy. But I've got those tanks in the rig need changed. I gotta do a little bit of oxy cutting tomorrow in the morning, and I know for a fact those tanks are about done. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch them out and load that truck up with that material so I don't have to do it in the morning. I'm gonna just jump in the truck and go. I hate the fact that there's lightning over there and like 3 different storm cells all around me. I'm seeing it flash like cloud to ground pretty much from here to here on the other side of you guys, and carrying these bottles around, it doesn't make me feel the most warm and fuzzy. If I get struck by lightning or anything, my trucks or trailers, it's gonna jump off that and hit me, and I'm gonna be carrying one of these. It's not gonna be good. Okay, we've got our bottles changed out now. That's all done. I've got my material, that big old bar. I think the way I'm gonna cut that is just gonna be with a Metabo. My bandsaw is, of course, in the other truck at the shop, so can't really do much with that. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna cut it with the Metabo, get it to length. The steel yard, they sent me a 20 something inch piece, and all I needed was a 14-inch piece, was what I was quoted for. The sales guy calls me up, he's like, "Hey Matt, sorry about that. We won't charge you for it." I was like, "Oh, it's no big deal. Don't worry about it." So we're gonna have like that much extra that I don't know what I'm gonna do with, but 2-inch by 2-inch A36, I mean, what the hell do I do with that? It'll probably sit in my freaking truck or in the other truck or in a trailer till it starts rusting, and I'll probably have it for the rest of my life, honestly. That's kind of how those little pieces of scrap are, unless I truly find something to do with it. I don't know. That's a very odd piece of metal for a welder like me to have, is a solid stock. Usually we don't have solid stock, but I don't know. Maybe I will find a use for it. I don't know. Well, that's it for right now. Look at that sunset. It's beautiful. And then you look over here and it's pouring rain. It's nuts. Freaking Midwest, I tell you. But, yep, I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning, guys. It's Monday, about 8 o'clock right now. We're off to the skid steer job. Get that finished up. I gotta stop by Menards though. I gotta get some gray paint. I'm not quite sure. I forget the brand of implement that I'm working on. I'm just gonna go by Menards and grab a couple varieties of gray spray paint. If I remember correctly, it's a darker color, darker gray. Grab a couple of those and here sooner or later we need to get another couple boxes of black paint. We go through that like no tomorrow. But yep, got the material loaded up. I put some extra flap disc and had to reload the Midwest torque spray, and the paper towels finally got reloaded too. So we're on a fully stocked truck, ready to go weld some stuff. There we go. Lovely fucking shitty ass breakfast. When I originally took this thing and started working on it, there was a skid steer on it, so makes it a little difficult. This one's the closest. We'll use this one. like we need to go more. So, just got my torch hooked up. That mark right there, I've got to make it wider. This way to this way is good, up and down, but left and right, it needs to come out a little bit more. And then we'll clean it up with the deburring tool, slide that piece in there once we cut it down the length, and just weld it on the front side. We're not going to worry about the back side. So probably should clean up that back side a little bit. Looks pretty gnarly. But yeah. Got my bucket cleaned out for all the spokes to go down into. There's a lot of liquid metal pouring out when I was cutting this out. It's just chunks. Got a new piece to go in there. Let's get cutting. Okay, that should be the right side. So we got a 2" by 2" piece. I would say that it's going to fit. It's a little larger than I'd want, but we're gonna have to get it true to the face of this plate. It's gonna have to come out, and it's gonna have to be a true 90 square from that plate where it comes out of, all the way around. It's not super critical, but just to get it as close to OEM as we can. So what I'm doing now is trying to get it to fit in there. I think there's some slag in the way. I may have to clean that up a little. Yeah, that's not going in as deep as it should. I'll have to clean that up. Looks like right back there. That's what it looks like. Let's fire up that torch again. Okay. I got it to fit. I just need to clean up the inside of it, but that's not terrible for a freehand torch cut for me, at least. I mean, that's pretty square, you know. So this is the end that I'd like to put in there. Since this end is the stock end and it's kind of mushroomed a little, I am using my crane to position this piece in there to test fit it, because I just don't want to be picking this thing up any more than I have to. We're gonna go ahead and fire up the engine drive. And looks like I'll probably grab this guy and the other guy to clean up some of that slag in there. Well, I usually have die grinder bits on these for milling stuff out. One of the helpers I recently had must have not put shit away, so I can't even find the little box where all the other bits are. So I gotta order more of those now. Motherfucker. Shit's never back where it's supposed to be. So now we're getting ready to cut this to length. We got the old piece right here. Put that right there so it avoids my weld. That's really hot. I just need to mark around. I might end up cutting this with a torch. Let's see. It's like 11 1/4. Yeah, right on 11 1/4. So, show you guys this. This is the old piece that broke off. Put it right on top. Look at that. Perfect. I mean, it's off like a thousandths by a couple of thousandths, but technically this new piece right here, it could be off lengthwise by several inches and be fine. But we went with the OEM length. Now, also on this project, I welded it all the way around on the front of this implement. On the back, you can see I didn't weld it all the way around. Well, that was part of the customer's repair plan when we were discussing their process for getting a repair plan together for this thing. That was discussed, and he wanted to not weld the back of it. The main reason was I had to liquefy the other piece that was stuck in there where this new piece is. The piece of this that was stuck in there, I had to liquefy it with a torch. I had to drill a hole in it so I could get all the way through without a bunch of slag coming back at me, and basically liquefy it down into my bucket. And that worked great. It'll be interesting to see how this does. I don't know why this isn't a piece of tubing. I don't see why it needs to be a solid piece of steel. But that's the way the manufacturers wanted it. So, because this stuff is expensive. Like, it is insanely expensive. I had to charge the customer $200 for that piece. So, it's not cheap. And like I said the night before, I'll probably hold on to this piece right here, that solid piece, for the rest of my life. I don't know. It's not very common stuff, which is why I kind of had to special order it. The steel yards don't stock that. I'm gonna go ahead and break down my torch kit, put it in travel mode, and start cleaning up some stuff while we're waiting on that to still cool down. It's still pretty hot. You gotta be around 90, 92 for that paint to adhere correctly. All right. Yeah, this is what's left. We got about a half a can of this paint and about 10 or 11 inches of 2-inch by 2-inch A36 bar. That's gonna be heavy. It's not bad. I gotta move this thing back into the shop and sweep up my mess. Always clean up your mess. See that? Looks like we weren't even there. This tire is for some reason always low, and I don't know why. It's a brand new tire. I just had it put on like a month ago. Like brand new. Okay, that job's done. I just got a call from my brother. He needs me to go put on some hydraulic hoses on one of his implements. So we're gonna go do that, but first we gotta stop for lunch. I'm feeling some wings and a Sprite. I had to air up that stupid tire. It's always low, I don't know why. I can't hear anything, but every time I go to add air to it, it's at about 50 pounds, and it should be at 80. I run my tires to the max PSI that you're supposed to put in there just because the truck's so heavy. But, I don't know.